Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday. Surprise. Gosh, my background looks kind of like a mess, doesn't it? Well, I need to clean my space before the Great Beat Extravaganza. So that's on my docket today as well. So good morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody. It's great to see you all here today. I thought I would jump in. I have this earring to finish. I wanted to let you know that we have restocked the Aunt Constance monthly mix for one more small stock, so we'll tell you that. We also launched some new stuff today, so I'll share that with you. Mary Ellen is here, and congratulations, my friend. I saw on social that you retired. So another fantastic school nurse takes retirement, but congratulations on your retirement there. It's great. So congratulations. Let me add my project to the stage because I wanted to show you a couple of things. Before we get any further, though, and this is just going to be kind of I don't know. I think it's going to be short. Who knows? Who knows how involved I'll get, but you never know. But I want to let you folks know, subscribe to us in all the regular social outlets, Facebook, Insta, Pinterest. Hit that subscribe and like notification button on YouTube. So when I do kind of stealthy broadcasts just like this, you'll be notified of it. We're everywhere on social at beadshop.com. And if you have questions, just go ahead and email us. It's right down there at info@beadshop.com. All right. So let me get into this. I need to share my screen, so bear with me. We added today, they just went on sale. Let me click on this. Let me get this. Am I sharing? Yes, great. So you folks can see here, if we go, yesterday we had such a great show with Janice for her trail ride design, and the new slider, our surrounded slider, just came back in. But we also, let's go to new arrivals. You folks spoke and we folks listened to what you wanted. So, back a few weeks ago, Danielle Wicks did this really fantastic mosaic bracelet, and you folks loved it. We loved it. And her mix, which is now sold out, she did with 10-aught. So these delicas are 10-aught delicas. You let us know that not a lot of people, I'm looking for my tubes here. This was her mix right here. This was the mosaic mix. Unfortunately, it's sold out, but we brought in some 10-aught mixes that you've seen that are getting restocked even as we speak. We got some really great 10-aught mixes. And to complement those, we added some 10-aughts in single colors. So that kind of ecru ivory color that Danielle used in her project, the matte opaque cream AB, that is available, plus a host of others that you can see there on the screen. So you can jump over to beadshop.com. They are something that we will continue to carry. So, and we'll probably expand on the line, but let us know. Let me know in the comments. Janice is watching as well, so you can let her know. Let us know if you have a favorite or whatever. And you can see there's the matte red that's down there. You can see a lot of these mixes, some of them that we just had, the 10-aught Delica mixes, have sold out, but we just did a restock. So they're back in and ready to go. We also have two new ones that we didn't have stock on that we got to add. That's the Prairie. You can see that one there. And I think it's this Blue Tones that's here that's kind of purpley blue. We're out of the strawberry fields, we're out of the lilacs, but more of those will be coming in. Okay. So if you really dig those 10 aughts, they're up there for you. Okay. So and just let us know, right? So, and you're welcome, Carolyn. Thank you for I think you were instrumental in saying yes, we want them. So so thank you for that, and thank you for the support on that. Stem Hilly, thank you so much for your good wishes. No fires near us, though I have some friends who have lost places and stuff in LA. Smoke and stuff isn't coming up near us. We're in central. We're right in the middle of California. So all of that is happening to our neighbors to the south. Also today, I felt like jumping on today, I think, because, you know, it's kind of a heavy day. The fire's heavy. Our former president, Jimmy Carter, it's a national day of mourning for President Carter. So no mail will move today. So all of the shipping, we're filling today, but shipping will resume tomorrow. So I don't know. It felt like kind of a heavy day. So I thought, you know, I wanted to hang out with my bead friends. So, so I'm hanging out with my bead friends today. So hopefully everyone, my friends across, not only here in the US, but everywhere our broadcasts reach. I hope that all of you, my friends, are doing okay. So let's have some soothing with some stitching, shall we? Indeed, Stam Hilly. You know, a fun fact about, and I don't know, I couldn't really watch myself, bring myself to watch the funeral. I might watch it on replay. Do you know that President Carter, when he was president, he put solar on the White House, which promptly came off after his tenure. But I love it. He was such a humanitarian and such an environmentalist. And yes, I agree. The Carters were married for so many years, you know, and wherever you fall on the political spectrum, what he did after his term in office was really amazing. You know, things for Habitat for Humanity, and he taught Sunday school at his church, and, you know, and whether or not you're religious, I don't know where I really fall on all of that, but you know, he was living your life as a good person really counts for something. So, Godspeed, President Carter. Anyway, I digress. Let's get on to doing something creative that I know President Carter would approve of us being creative on the day that he is laid to rest. So, as I say, you know, creativity is a balm for the soul. So, okay. So let's get to this. Let's take a look at this. When we last visited this project, let me zoom in a little bit here. When we last visited this project, we had gotten the hoops back in, and these are the 40 millimeter. What I'm wearing today, my friends, this is the 60 millimeter that's coming. I just love hoops. I've always loved hoops. I've loved hoops since I was a little kid. My gran loves hoops. My mom loved hoops. Loved it. So these are the 60 millimeter. These are the larger ones. So we're going to add these to our offerings. So the 60 aren't available yet, though I did send some to Drea to play around with. So I can't wait till we see what she's gotten. But these that I have here, these are the 40 millimeter. We have them in 40, we have them in 30, and we have them in 20 millimeter. And this is, I believe, the 30 millimeter, a little smaller. So these are stainless steel. Thank you, Karen, for asking. These are stainless and they're plated. So these are completely safe for your ears. They're a really fantastic quality. So I think you'll you'll like these a lot. And we carry these in the gold, the silver, and some in that rainbow finish, like what Drea used for this, right? Which was great. So and this again, this is the 40 millimeter here. So let's play around with this project. I don't know if I was wearing them yesterday or not, but I'm going to, oh, I'm sorry, you're allergic to the stainless steel. Well, maybe and you can look around to find some, maybe you'll be able to find some in the more precious metals. I do not have any metal allergies and I deal with these pretty well, but everyone's mileage may vary, a little bit. So, and great question, Michelle. They don't yet come in the other colors, but I can ask our supplier. It would be cool to get these in some, the different anodizing that they're doing now with the stainless. These are all actually electroplated, so it really is, it really is a nice, sturdy, and color fast color coding. Okay, so this is the dancer earring that we've made many, many times. I've showed you many times. This is one that I bought myself from Drea. Drea was doing a jewelry show, and I love what she does with colors and with these pieces. So she used a little picot here. I love it. So these are out of my personal collections, my personal earring collection. So I'm doing the brick stitch on these, not unlike what Drea did with these. We did those in 2023, I think, around the holiday times. So I wanted to kind of finish this up. Number one, because we've restocked the what we call the quote unquote dancer earrings, which are what these are kind of fall into that category. And this is the Aunt Constance, the monthly mix from January. It's sold out in just a couple of days. So we did a small restock. But if you like it, today, if you're watching me live, it's January 9th. If you like it, it just went into stock this morning. And once this mix sells out, we're not going to restock. So if you love it, but the what do I want to say, the recipe or the ingredients that are in this mix are also up on the monthly mix page. Okay, so it's all, so you can recreate the mix. You'll just have to buy full tubes. All right, so here's the brick stitch. And I've done this with kind of this double, this double brick stitch right here. And we're going to come in and I'm going to make another brick stitch row here. Okay, so I'm going to come in underneath like this. And whoops, this is doubled. I don't want it doubled. I already had a bead on my thread. Oops, sorry about that. There we go. Let's do this. And this goes underneath. There we go. And this goes up. This one, now you could do a double row of brick stitch or a single row. Sometimes it takes me a little bit of time to get into my groove with brick stitch, so bear with me here. I'm using the gold KO, like I mentioned when we first started this project. I want the thread that I'm using to really blend with the hoop, so that's why I used the gold KO. Okay, but you can use whatever floats your boat with this, right? So put on your bead, go around. And what I think I want to do, I don't know. I'm trying to decide. That's why I also kind of wanted to do this live, because I wanted you folks to kind of help me see what was going on with this, how I wanted to I want to incorporate a briolette into this. Also, while I'm stitching, I wanted to let you folks know Janice and I had a meeting. When was it, JP? Tuesday, I think. Was it? With one of our vendors, one of our longtime vendors, where we get our briolettes from. And you know, if you've ordered our briolettes before, let me put one in the shot. If you've ordered our briolettes before, you know what beautiful gem quality those brios are. Well, before he makes the trek to Tucson, he's putting together a trunk show for us. Because I made kind of, it was a difficult decision, but I felt like I couldn't go, and I wasn't in the right frame of mind to go to Tucson this year, to be completely honest. We still have a lot that needs to get done here at Bead Shop West in Fresno. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling Tucson, so I'm not going to Tucson this year. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to get Tucson deals and steals. I'm talking with some of our different vendors who are going to be in Tucson, and we'll be having Tucson fun right here from the Bead Shop Studios. So don't worry. It was a bummer. It was a hard decision to make, but I don't know. I feel like I'm not. I think it would be one click too much. So I'm going to miss seeing all of my friends, but we'll have some fun Tucson times for you. We'll just do a remote Tucson. And I'm going to do some shopping during Tucson remotely with some of my vendors. You know, that's the beauty of FaceTime and stuff. So you'll still be getting some great stuff. I just won't be on the ground there. Next year. We'll do it next year. So let's do this over here. All right, let's take a look and see if we're close to the center. And I'm going to move that back. It was Tuesday, Janice, right? Oh, gosh, this week has gone by so quickly. It's just crazy. Getting prepped for the Great Bead Extravaganza and all of these lives and this new product. There's a lot going on. Yeah, so don't worry, Stem Hilly. You will get to shop remotely with me. Don't worry. You know, our vendors are so kind, so nice, and they're always so accommodating for what we need. So that's great. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch this brio in, and then I'm going to come back around and do a little more embellishing. Okay. Cherie, let me tell you this. So if I have a pretty big stash of cabochons, and I've told Janice, you know, I'd really like to do some of those in Bead Shop Studio. These would be perfect for bead embroidery. And I have a whole bin. I have a huge bin of them. You know, I'm setting stones less and less these days, not because I don't love it, but just because I don't have as much time. But I do have a secret hoard that I'll never get rid of. But I do have some that I used to use in classes and stuff. So maybe I'll put those out during Tucson as well. Quality is good. Price will be excellent. So we'll see. And it is so true, Terry. My TGBE friends will be actually doing some remote shopping for me as well. So, but next year, Janice, it was a hard decision, but it's the best decision, you know, for all of us. I need to realize when I need to say no to something and when it's the right thing for us to do. So, but next year at Tucson, we'll be there, and we'll be there again, and you'll still get some fun stuff from me. So that's the beauty of it all. So let's see where we are with this earring. Let me count and figure out the center. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 14 right there. Let me count 14 in from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. Hey, I was good. I did it. So these next two are the center. Okay, so I'm going to stitch this in, and I got some 15s to do that with. This spruce is really pretty. If I wanted something that contrasted, I could use this canary yellow. This mustard is kind of pretty. I'm trying to make a decision because coming back through, I want to put some 3 mils. So I'm just not sure. I don't know. I really like this navy, but I feel like this navy, the heaviness of this navy and the lightness of this brio don't really go. So I'm gonna remove that one. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this is too dark. So this is the emerald. It's a little, the green, let me put it on this white. The green might be a little off, but as Janice likes to say, I feel like every green matches. Now, let me also check the brios. Okay, this is the smoky quartz. Let me get, I'm going to grab a couple of others. Okay. Oh. I'm going to grab some brios. I'm going to bring them over. Let's take a look. But as I said, for that trunk show, we're going to have a whole bunch of really nice gem quality stones, a couple of different briolette shapes. So that will be a really fun, Tucson trunk show. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. There's the tanzanite. How do you feel about the tans? I don't know. Here's London blue. Here's, let me see. This one is the champagne citrine. Sorry, that was it. Champagne citrine. Here's chrysoprase. That's really pretty, isn't it? Iolite. What's my favorite? Iolite. Here's lemon quartz. I'm having a yellow moment. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's lemon quartz. I know the answer is always tanzanite. I know. I mean, that's something that's never in my, well, not never, but this isn't usually in my repertoire. And I think it goes kind of nicely with that green. I don't know. Here's this, because that seed bead that I'm using, this really picks it up. I know the yellow is kind of a departure, right? Here is the aquamarine. Look at that aqua. That's also really pretty, right? Yeah, I think I'm going to go for the yellow. Why not? Let's do it. I mean, I would gravitate towards the tanzanite or the iolite or the indicolite or the London blue topaz, right? That is like my regular go-tos. But it's good to push yourself out of the comfort zone, right? So let's do it. We'll take those out. And let's take a look at I think this still works with this willow that I had pulled. I think it works with this green 3mm fire polish. I think this is gold lined emerald. And I think I have to use the mustard, right? I think I do. Let's just do it. I'm going to go out. Well, mustard is not out of my comfort zone for sure, but let's do it. All right. So I'm going to give these back and put those back. Would you get 2 lemon buds? And I'm giving you those back too, if you don't mind. Also, the mustard is what? Hawthorn. Hawthorn. Thank you, Miranda. Miranda's like, that's not actually mustard, it's Hawthorn 15-4456. So, yes. All right. I love it. Okay. And again, couldn't do this without Miranda because she's adjusting stock and doing all this. And I know a chartreuse would be good, but in the lemon, I think the lemon quartz really works. I'm going to put it on this kind of this beige. Well, let me go a little bit lighter on this. Put it on this that's a little bit lighter like that. We'll put this here and we'll put this here. Okay, so now I have to attach this brio here. And that's why I got the 15s out. Okay, so I just need a few 15s. Let me get this. Gosh, those 15s look small, right? So let me, I think I want, I'm just making this up, my friends, as I go along. So I want the brio to kind of hang from here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put maybe 2. What I really want to do, I think, is, what do I want to do? Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe I'll send this back down the ladder. Let's see if I caught it correctly. I did. Okay. So that's going to kind of sit like that. Okay. And then when I come back through and stitch, see how this is sitting kind of funny? But when I come back through and stitch, it'll fix that. Okay. So I'm going to get 2 of the hawthorn. I'm going to get, let me see if I can get this needle through here. I might need something thinner. Will it go? Yeah, perfect. This is a size 10 sharp that I'm using. And then I'm going to put on 2 more of these 10s. And see where this came? I'm going to skip both of these and I'm going to go through that stack right there. Okay. I know the gem brios are so good. So 3 make this, let me see if I can focus this. See how 3 make this briolette a little tight right here. Okay. I think I want it to drop. I want it to drop a little further. So I think I need, because I want to come in, I want to do some picots and some stuff. So I think I need one more. So let me unstring this. Let me unstring this. I had a feeling that I would need 3, but I thought that maybe 2 was going to be it. Let me wax this thread just a little bit here. Wax. Just the end of my thread is getting a little funny. And I'm going to give this a nice clean cut. If I can find my Xeron snips. I have to clean my table before the Great Bead Extravaganza, I'll tell you. Because it is a mess. Let me see if I can get this through. I can't even find my thread snips. Needle that thread. There we go. All right. So now I've got 3. I have 2. Now here's 3. And if that's how that looks, let me get it up there a little bit. Like so. If I line up the hole with the brio, I think that's going to be a little bit better. So I'll go through the briolette because I know that this needle goes through. You could always get a needle that's a little, at least it went through before. Maybe I'll just try it. You don't want to force anything because you don't want, you did see that this went through before, right? Maybe this is a different briolette. I can put this thread on like a size 13 beading needle and it'll go through, it'll fly through just fine. There, it goes through that one. So a size 10, I'm playing with fire. If you're doing this at home, I would switch this out, right? Dawn, I am using a 15 to hold the brio because I want it to be small. I could definitely use an 11 for sure. But I wanted something maybe a little more delicate. So I'm using the size 15. But whatever floats your boat. Use what you like, right? So now I'm going to come in. I'm going to go under. I'm going to go under that one. Yeah, that's better. And down through that size 8 and tighten everything up. Okay. So now I'm just going to quickly brick stitch this side. Okay, let me get my thread, my needle in position. There we go. I have this other little tail of thread that I really didn't want to cut off in case I needed it, but it's kind of driving me crazy. So see here, now I've got a little bit of air, pardon me, excuse me, around that briolette. So now let me get an 8/0. I'll go, where did I stitch that other 8/0? Did it go there? I think it goes right there to get it in for the brick stitch and back up. Let me make sure that's sitting correctly. These 15s, they're so small. Where did that other 15 go? Oh, see, that's not right. I think maybe my thread's caught. There we go. There we are. That looks correct. Okay. Then I'm just going to continue to stitch. Okay, stitch. And I'm going to kind of do this at Kate speed to get this brick stitch going. Okay, like this, like this, like this. Now, when I'm stitching this row, not only am I thinking about what I'm doing here, but I'm thinking about the row that's to come, right? So I want to do some kind of like embellishing or flounce or frill or something I think. Not super frilly, but I want something that looks kind of interesting. So I think maybe I'll do a picot. This 15-aught is a really good picoing, if that's the right word, bead. But I'll figure that out in a second. Okay. So we're almost there. See that there? And thank you, Lorena. We're doing fine. No smoke or anything up here in Central Cal. We're all good, but we are certainly thinking about our friends to the south. It's just crazy. So here we go. Pick this up. And the brick stitch, remember, you're just grabbing the little bridge in between the two beads as you go through. So see here, I'm picking up my 8-aught. I'm crossing underneath my needle, underneath that bridge, tightening it up, and then going back up through that bead hole. See that there? Like that. So we're going to do this. We'll go back here and here. And then I just have, it looks like 2 more to do. And I'm being pretty random with the bead colors. Okay. So this mix, I think I've got like 8 different beads in here. I don't know, 7, 8, something like that. So there's a lot of color choices. So I'm not worrying about it. I'm just letting it pebble along. Okay. So what did I say? I said that I had 14 on this side. So let me make sure that I've got 14 on this side just for symmetry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So I need 1 more. Let's see what this looks like. So this, I'm going to put it again underneath that last little ladder and go back up. Okay, there we go. That looks right. So now I don't have a lot of thread left. And this, let me center this so you can take a look at it for now here so you can get an idea of what I've got going on. What I want to do next, because these threads are making me crazy, so I want to get rid of them. I'm also using KO. So I think I'm going to weave my threads in rather than doing that, that endless knot trick like we do with Danielle Wicks with the fire line. I'm going to weave all of this in, and then we'll start with doing a picot or something here. So let's get rid of these threads because I want to start my threads fresh. So weaving in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up this stack here. I'm going to go down that stack. Whoops. Try not to screw it up here, tangle it up too much. Come on. There we go. Can you tell why all of these threads are making me crazy? I'll go up the back, up the stack, just like that. Okay. And down. And I'll go around and I'm going to come out of this maybe kind of right there. Okay. Like that. Now, I'm going to this is kind of a short piece of thread. So I want to weave this in also. Needle that thread. And I've got a little tiny piece of thread, so it's going to be kind of a little crazy. But I'm going to go through that stack, weave it in, right? Through the stack next to it, weave it in. I'm not even going to go around the hoop. I'm just going to go here like this. And yeah, I just didn't go all the way around for that one. I did on some of these. It doesn't really make any difference. This I didn't go all the way around because I've got such a short piece of thread, right? So that's why I did that. So now I'm going to come in. I'm going to tie a little square knot. Left over right. Right over left. And before I tighten that up tight, I'm going to get my GS. I'm going to add a tiny dot. You don't want to over glue, but I want just a tiny drop of glue there before I tighten that knot up. And the trick is getting this lid back in your hypo and tighten it down. Okay, nice and tight. There we go. I'm going to thread burn these off a little closer. That is, if I can see my thread burner. Geez, really? I thought I had it here earlier. If not, I'll just clip the threads and thread burn them away later. Nope. Let me just get in here with, not my favorite thing to use, but I'll come back in and thread burn them later. I just want these, I want these threads out of my way. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. And this needs to dry anyway, and then I'll thread burn these down. Okay, so now I could just stop right here. Look, it looks fantastic. This earring looks great. But let's do one more row of embellishing, shall we? Because I really want to use these guys. I really want to use these really pretty fire polish, 3mm fire polish. And maybe some 15s, maybe some 11s. Let me just free this up. First, let me cut some thread. And I still don't really know what I'm going to do, to be honest. Okay, whoops, like that. I don't know, about a wingspan's worth. I am going to wax it just because I have my wax sitting here. I'm going to do that. So it's a little more tame. And now let's needle that thread. And let's open up these 3/8. Now, I've been looking at Dria's, what she did here with this one. You can see she actually used 8s. She came in, she used an 8, and then she used a 4mm, and then she used an 8. So I think maybe that's what I'll do, but maybe I'll use an 11. I don't know. Let's just see what shakes out, right? So let me get, these are the Willow. This is the 4273 in Willow. So let me weave my thread in. I'll do it on this side where these tails aren't. I'm just going to come in. I could tie a knot or whatever around this, but I think what I'll do is I'll weave this tail in later. But I'll come in here like this. I always want to turn a corner. So I'll come in. Maybe I will just tie a little square knot here just for fun to keep this from pulling through or unraveling. Like that. And like this. Come on through. There we go. Okay. Now I could add a little GS, but I'm not going to do that now because we've got beading to do. I'm going to go back down this stack. Okay. Now, I don't know. Let me see what this is going to look like. An 11, a 15, an 11, a 3 mil, an 11. I need more 15s. And Lorraine, I could have done the knotting technique, but since I waxed my thread and stuff, I don't know that my thread would pull as easily to get that knot next to one another. So on this one, I'm just going to weave in. It's super seamless with Fireline, but sometimes I think with KO, it presents a little bit of a problem. But I don't know. That's just what I felt like doing today, right? So see how this is sitting? That's not how I want this to sit. I know that right off the bat. That's not right. So maybe, hold please. And I feel like maybe the 15 and the 11 should be reversed. So let's see what this looks like. Pull it back, pull it back, pull it back. I don't know why, I just don't feel like threading this needle again. So I'm going to go back eye first through there to get these beads off. Okay. So yeah, I use that technique, Lorraine, all the time with Fireline because the thread burner melts the Fireline really beautifully. I just haven't done it with the KO. Okay, there we go. This is making me crazy, that little piece of thread. But okay, so here we go. Let's go with, let's brick stitch this like this and like this and back under that first one. And see, oh, I did that. I always do this with brick stitch, you guys. Do you do this too? The bead that you want, oh, and now this is tangled. Well, sorry. We don't want to put the 11 on first. We want to put the 15 on first because we want that 15 to be at the top. Okay, let's do it. I always get that backwards, right? So the 15 first, then the 11. I think I made this mistake on another broadcast that I did. Now, under the bridge, nope, I'm still backwards. Sorry. Let me not even talk about it and think about it. And let me just reverse them. It's my spatial relationship issues here. There we go. Was that a heavy sigh? It was, wasn't it? I guess so. Sorry. I don't even notice sometimes when I'm doing the heavy sigh and Chris comes to me and he goes, "What's the matter with you?" I'm like, nothing, I'm fine. He's like, "That was a heavy ass sigh." Anyway, sorry. All right. So there we go. That's what I wanted to see. Can you see that? You can hardly see it, right? But now let me put on an 11-aught, or not an 11-aught, a 3mm. And I'm going to go down and up. And hopefully this will make the fire polish sit kind of like Dria's were sitting. Yeah, there we go. Can you see that? I'm going to do this a little further and I'm going to see how I like it. I feel like, I don't know. Do we feel like this is disappearing? Like you can't see that 15. Can you? I don't know. Maybe I just want to do, maybe I'm gilding the lily. Maybe I want to come back in and do picos with this 15. So let me, for the love of everything, pull this back through. Hope that I don't screw that up. There we go. I'm going to take that 15 off like this. Yeah, it just disappears. It's not the right bead. I'm going to pull this out. I would break this 15 off, but the 15, kids, is so small that I might inadvertently break the thread when I break off the bead. So I'm not going to do it. An 11, I might, but the 15 I think is too small to break because the broken bead will cut the thread. Let me send it back eye first, back through. I mean, it's not really that hard to restring a needle, is it? But I guess I'm stubborn today. All right. Let's take off. Let's banish this 15 for now only. Because I like this hawthorn color. It's just not quite in the right spot. All right. Let's redo this. This was going to be short, right? I've been doing this with you for an hour, but oh well. That's how it goes. I'm going to go through and up. But do remember, we did just relaunch this mix. That was part of why I was doing this. We relaunched this mix. We also launched the 10-aughts in Delicas that aren't the mixes. And we restocked our Delica mixes in 10-aughts as well. So today's a great day to do that, and you can use your coupon code that's on the homepage of the website. All right, look at that. Okay. That I think is better. Good. Dawn, I'm glad I'm not alone. I don't know that I'm doing it. Yep. One heavy sigh and then get back to work. So what Drea did with hers, and so I need to make a decision right here. See how it's kind of hard to see, so let me focus. There we go. So what Drea did here on hers was she did an 8-aught, a 4mm, an 8-aught, a 4mm. Okay. I am thinking that I want to do this section, and I want to repeat it. So I want to do another 11, I think, here. Okay. That will also give me room later to come in and do a picot or something with the 15-aughts, right? So there's that. Let's do this. And I'll go underneath here. And I'll come back up. And we will tighten this down. Yeah, I think, see, it gives me a little, can you see that? A little more space right there. Okay. And then let me take this one. Mary Ellen, I don't know what this square breathing is, but I might like the sound of it if it helps me not to sigh so much. Whoops, I should have gone down. Was this right? No, that was right. Did it right. I was thinking in my head too much there for a second. Okay, so like this, and there we go. Let me do a little more at Kate speed, and then we'll kind of examine it and see what we've got. Okay. Just be careful there. The chain collapsed everything. The chain weighed too heavy on our shelf, but we'll fix it. Like this. I'm going to do just a couple more. And then we'll see what we've got. Whoops. There we go. And underneath here. And then here. Okay. Let me add one more section. And then we'll look at it. One of these, I think this wants to go here. And with brick stitch, you go under the little bridge at wherever it feels right? So especially on these subsequent rows that are going down, you just kind of have to see where the bead wants to fit. Okay, so you might be brick stitching underneath the same bridge maybe twice, right? Let me finish this one with two right here. One. And I'm going to go under the same bridge here. Come on. There we go. Like that. And I'm going to do one more. Okay. Whoops. That wasn't right. Did that sit correctly there? And this goes here. Come on, sit there right correctly, please. And this. Okay. There we go. Okay, so here let me focus this so you can see it. That's not actually looking too bad at all. Let me do this. And while we're looking at it, let's put Marianne Siegel's square breathing technique up here. I love it. It's a breathing technique that can help relieve stress and reset the mind. It involves breathing in, holding and exhaling, holding in a 4-4-4 pattern. All right. I'm going to have to look at that a little bit more. I like it. All right. Square breathing. Square breathing. Love it. Thank you for sharing. We learn so much on these broadcasts. I love it. So here is and I think this is good. right? How do you feel about this? I feel good. Then I think this will also be a good background for a picot here for the 15s. So I'm going to quickly finish this on this side, then come back in and lay the picot in right here. Then we'll do the same thing over here on this side. But I won't finish this side. I'll just finish this side here so you folks can see it. Okay, so where am I at? I'm here. I need another 3 mil. So I'll get that because I'm really close to the end here. 3 mil under the bridge, up through the 3 mil, and 2 11/aughts. There's 1 and 2. I'm calling this earring the Aunt Constance. Has anyone watched the Gosford Park yet? If you haven't watched it, Janice watched it on my urging. I think they watched it on New Year's Eve. It's such a great film. You can go to our Amazon store. I listed it there. So you can rent it or buy it. But it is definitely my go-to. And as Maggie Smith, as Aunt Constance says, difficult color green. It's one of my favorites, Dame Maggie. So this is a great homage to her. This one, and then I'll do one more. One here. Yeah, if you like a costume drama, this has a bit of mystery, bit of comedy. It's really fantastic. Directed by the late, great Robert Altman, one of my favorite directors of all time. He's just the master. He was the master of an ensemble piece for sure. And I think an ensemble is really one of my favorite kinds of movies to watch. So here we go. Okay. Just like that. So let's put in a picot, and let's do that with 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm just going to stitch. I think I'm just going to stitch back. Let's see. Let's see how I'm going to make that happen. I don't know. Here's that. So yeah, see, there's that picot, and that picot looks right there. Okay. So now I'm going to go back through the 4 mil. And maybe I want to skip. I bet I could just skip it because I want to come down through that 15 from this side, not from this side. So actually, let me send my needle back. That's a no-no, but I'm just going to do it. Let me just skip all of that business and come down here in that 11. Okay. Like this. Now let's put in another picot. 1, whoops, that 15 went away. 1, 2, and 3. And back up that other 11. There we go. Skip that 3 mil. Go down that 11/aught. Three 15s. This could also be 1 15, a drop, and another 15. Right? My thread's showing a little bit here, which I don't love. So maybe if I come up into that 8, tighten that picot, and see, come back down to that 8 and back down to that 11. Okay, whoops, I seem to have stuck my finger. Hold, please. There we go. Okay, there we are. It's not a bead project until you bleed on it, right? So there goes that one. There goes this and this. Yeah, that's better. So don't go across. See across there? It's hard for you to see, but you can see the little bit of thread right there. Okay. So we'll go here. 1, 2, and 3. And then here. And we'll go through that one. And that's it. And this one, 2 and 3. That's the cool thing I think about these earrings is you can just keep embellishing. Let's see if, I don't know that I want to do a picot right at this very end. I don't think I do. I'm not sure. Maybe just one little 15 just to finish it off. Let's see what that looks like. There we go. Yeah, that works. Let me lay this down. It's a little hard to see against this. Let me put it on white. There we go. Now we can really see it. Let me get this out of the way. And let me zoom in. So you can see this plain edge versus this kind of designed edge here, embellished edge. There we are. What do you think? I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, see, you can see the little bit of thread there, but here you can't, so I'm not going to worry about it. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to finish this on this side here, and I think that'll do it. I think that will call the Aunt Constance earrings to a close. So hopefully you enjoyed it. I enjoyed sharing this with you. The secret stitch in went a little bit long, but it was fun to work this out with you. So thanks for your input. I really, really appreciate that, your input on this. Fun. So we'll finish this edge up. Yeah, I think the green really work. I think that this hawthorn works. I think this yellow works. I think this is good. So looks good. All right, my friends, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. So thank you all for joining me. The rest of the week, what does the rest of the week look like? Tomorrow, and I know you all want some sneak peeks on the Great Bead Extravaganza project, but I'm finishing that up. You'll see these bangles and the things that go with it. Those launch tonight at midnight. We've got plenty of product for you, though, so you can kind of play mix and match and figure out what you like. So tomorrow's Free Tip Friday, I'm going to go over some of the details on doing this here. And then Saturday will be the full nuts and bolts of the project for the Great Bead Extravaganza. Also, please note that tomorrow, Friday, which is the 10th, at 5 p.m. Eastern, 5, 6, 7, 8 p.m., no, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, we will have our Great Bead Extravaganza preview. That's on. So stay tuned for the newsletter so you get all of the info right into your email box. I'm so glad that you are inspired. Thanks, everybody. It was really fun to do. I wanted to put a finish on this project, so I didn't want to leave it hanging. So grab your Aunt Constance mix, my friends, while it is still in stock. The monthly mix for February, Miranda is doing that mix, and it is amazing. It's based off one, because we're doing all this year are movies. This one's based off the movie Pretty in Pink for next month. So all will be revealed soon, but we've got to get through January and this mix, the Gosford Park mix. All right, my friends, I will see you tomorrow for Free Tip Friday. Thanks for popping in and spending a little bit of time with me. We certainly appreciate you and all of your support, because without you out there, we here couldn't be doing what we love, which is helping you stay inspired through the medium of beads. Thanks so much, all. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.